Welcome back. Should North Carolina's top judge be allowed to suspend other judges? That's the question circling in Raleigh. A new bill being brought to the governor's desk would allow the state Supreme Court Chief Justice to stop other judges from hearing cases. It could also block them from being paid. Democrats call it a power grab by the Republican Party.
All right, so joining us now is our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. When you look at it at the most basic level, it doesn't seem like you should be able to do that.
Absolutely not. At the basic level, at the highest level, at the grassroots, top ceiling, I don't know why this is a decision that folks are attempting to look at as doing, and there seems to be getting some type of praise from this as well. Speaker Destin Hall issued a written statement saying all North Carolinians deserve judges who exercise sound judgment, I agree, and uphold the highest standards of conduct. I also agree. When they don't, or when their actions put law-abiding citizens in harm's way, there should be meaningful consequences. I totally agree with that. Just this isn't the way. These judges are elected. If you don't agree with what these judges are doing, if you believe these judges are doing something that's different, he went on to talk about if they allow, repeat offenders to come out, that means you're disagreeing with their decision making. Their decision making shouldn't be put at issue where now a judge, some other independent judicial official, has an opportunity to come in and make a decision based on their judicial discretion. Totally disagree with this. This is not the way to do this. That's why we have elections. If you don't agree with the judge's decision, there's an opportunity to reelect them in 4 years or not reelect them if they're a Superior Court judge in 8 years. But to remove them and now have this hanging over their head of, wow, if I make this decision, I may be removed, removes the transparency, removes the independent nature of our judicial system, and is totally the opposite way that you would want to go. There's no state in the country that does this, so let's be clear with that.
But Khalif, it's not just your chance to re-elect them or not to elect them. There's also oversight for these judges already in place if they are found to be doing something that is misconduct, right?
Yeah, right. So if you're because what I mentioned was not misconduct,
right?
And that's why I read Destin Hall's statement, because he wasn't talking about misconduct. He was talking about decision-making discrepancies.
But to the people at home,
right. So now if we're saying, hey, this judge just did something that was totally out of line, misconduct, we have judicial standards. We have a review. There's a commission. There's a process for removal for a judge that's doing something that's inappropriate. I mean, first of all, they can be impeached by the Senate, taken up, North Carolina, removed instantly, great. They can also, if they go in front of judicial standards, the entire Supreme Court of North Carolina can remove them, great. This doesn't ask for any of that. What this is saying is one individual, our Chief Justice, can now decide to put someone on temporary hold without pay. So what does that look like for a judge where their entire check comes from the bench? What does trust look like to the people, the public, to say, hey, this person's being investigated? I can give you an example. Justice Anita Earls, who I knew very well, was investigated twice. Both were found to be no findings. She ended up suing based on those. But if this law was in place, she could have been placed on leave during that time while the investigation was happening. Those types of things shouldn't occur to our judges because they should be independent. They should have an opportunity to listen to cases without fear of something happening outside of, hey, if the people don't want me, they can remove me.
Okay, so from what you're saying, it doesn't sound like this is legal, but where does this go from here in terms of debating this or potentially talk about making this the rule?
And let me be clear, I don't know if this is illegal for them to go this route. I just don't think this is what the Board of Ethics would recommend. That's why no state does this. I don't think this is what the ABA would recommend. And that's why there's, again, no state has adopted this in their model rule of professional codes of conduct. That's why we have judicial standards, judicial ethics, judicial rules for judges to follow. So while I don't think that there is anything that stops them, our General Assembly writes our laws. So if they decide to go forward with something like this, I think it would be hard for someone to challenge it. I just think ethically, this isn't the way you go. And I think that's why other states don't do this. I should say not other states. No state does this.
Okay. Good insight there by our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.